The following contains use of strong language and scenes of violence. Listener discretion is advised.
No! Okay. Hey! Fuck! Hey, go! Hey, come on! Come on! Door! Oh shit, I think they're gone. I think they're gone.
Now you're in there. They don't know what I do.
What do you want? I don't got anything. Please.
I want that Adam. I want that Adam.
It's another case for Walter and Bunny. That's right, the famous detective duo who solve case after case in pre-war Rapture are in for another mystery. Brought to you by A-Bomb Radio. Today's riveting mystery, the Watery grave case. It's another day at Camry Investigations, and our detective wraps up a conversation with his contact from the press.
Trust me, Walter. It'll be a cinch. Just do the deed, tell me the story. Come on, I've had your back since 48, for God's sakes.
No, you had my back in 48. Then you expected a lifetime handout. Partnerships are two-way streets, Marlin, and I've carried my load for long enough.
But
Rapture ain't the place it used to be, kid. They let the underbelly rot, and now it's festering to the rest of us. You've had more than enough time to branch out on your own, but he stuck to me.
Well, I thought I'd be flattering.
Cute, but sure, I'm flattered. You just never learned to be your own lifeline, kid. Today's a perfect day to pick that up.
Well, can I at least get something in return? If you're gonna kick me out, I'll take it and run with it.
All right, kid, I will. Take this down. I won't be saying it again. Siren Alley. There's a room.
Yeah, there's a room?
Yeah, a room. So look, when you head down there... We're closed! Anyway, Well, this guy just won't let up, will he? Look, just head to room 107 and rent it. Take the poster down and check the peephole around 6:30 or 7 o'clock. You'll see a deal go down there. Familiar faces. Mark them down in advance. I'll reach out to you when I get around to busting it up.
Good stuff, detective, good stuff.
All right, you have your early scoop. Now go on, scat.
Yeah. Thanks, Walter. Thanks a lot. Whoa, sorry, miss.
Did you not hear me before? We're closed. Come back tomorrow.
You don't look the sort to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with the light?
You got a name, miss?
Bunny. You can call me Bunny.
What can I do for you?
There's a man who needs to be found. Have you seen him?
Looks like no one of influence. Got any more?
Is influence all that matters in a missing persons case?
None at all, but it helps.
Name's on the photo. Johnny Topside. I'm surprised you don't recall him.
Ah, our little surface celebrity. I read a thing or two in the papers here and there. What's he to you?
Not that it's any of your business, but a friend. I knew it must have been a shocker for him to just stumble down on a town like this. So I was his lucky shoulder to cry on. We became fast pals after that.
Didn't he die or something?
To the heavens, I hope not. He disappeared out of thin air not long after you read that article. Alive or dead, I'd like to know what happened.
I ain't exactly a cold case guy, you know. I'm a little more direct. You ever tried looking up a fellow by the name of Sonny Jacobs? He's into stuff like this.
I did. Come to find out, he's got close ties to Rapture police. Also, you have something that he doesn't have, let alone any cop down here. You're the ghost detective, right?
I don't know yet. We all see ghosts from time to time when we shoot up.
But not like you. Rumor has it when some see clips of the film, you see the whole movie. You don't understand how useful that is for me.
You have to know special people to have that knowledge. People I only trust.
I have my sources. Sources, as you said, only you trust. That should be enough for you to take my case. I'm tired of these cut-rate bozos playing professional, and they can't do what you do.
Look, sister, I can bust a thief ring and track stolen goods before you can say canned tomatoes. But I don't play with fire, see?
Who says we're playing with fire? Here's the deal. I need a second pair of eyes and another brain to dig into this case. If you feel we're rubbing the wrong shoulders at any point, feel free to back out and I'll get your pay. What's the harm in that?
Guess there ain't any harm there. Just be mindful of my fee.
50 a day, I know. I can also pay you an atom if that suits you more. Practically every John, Jack, and Jill accepts that as compensation.
You poking fun at my face barnacles?
Unless those are boils, you seem to be a fan of fire-based gin tonics. Now let's go. First stop's Dionysus Park, then the Clamshell. It's the bar he and I like to frequent. We'll need to take the Atlantic Express.
Say, you ain't with the press, are you? Guess I was well overdue for a break away from the office. A train ride with a blonde dame on my arm, too? I'm not doing half bad for myself. She ain't asking for the subject matter I'm used to, though. She wants to know what happened to her friend. Where has she been? We've all heard whispers of folk never coming back from the shadows. And I'm not ready to check the closet only to find a monster actually there. We'll see, though. Chances are old Johnny Topside couldn't handle his dope right, being as big as he was. Came at the wrong time, if you ask me. This ain't the old neighborhood anymore. Simply put, Rapture's like a boat. You buy it sleek and smooth, but give it time. The algae sets in.
Here's the Tribune. You want it?
Nah, I read it this morning.
No offense, but the last time I visited your building, it was a lot nicer. What happened?
Same thing that's happening all around the city. Urban decay and nobody can trust each other anymore.
Yep. Peacefulness is down and atom usage is up. I guess if a profit's being turned by someone, the rest can go to the wolves.
I'd watch my tongue, young lady. With the forces that be, you could end up just like your friend.
Ah, I'm glad you caught up to the same page I'm on. You think that's the case?
I won't say anything more until I get this mapped out.
You been doing this long?
Detective work? All my life. What about you? You look like a CEO's secretary.
Escort. And just escort. I.e. my arm is the only thing getting touched. I frequent Fort Frolic most of the time.
Cohen's playground, eh? Pretty high-class stuff.
It's more of an honest living than most of the professions I see nowadays. What the heck is that?
Spider splicers.
What?
Welcome to the real Rapture, girl. I don't know where this train is going, but it ain't through a nice part of town.
They're breaking through the roof!
Stay seated. Once these freaks start throwing hooks, they'll cut you into ribbons.
Gotta clean this up quick! Gotta clean it up!
Everyone, fight if you want to live.
They just ate them, Detective.
What? The bullets? Yeah, that's heavy splicing for you.
Their faces, Mr. Camry. I've never seen anything like it.
Call me Walter. And man, that's the state everyone's headed to at the rate things are going.
You called them spider splicers. They have classifications now?
Take a trip to some of the places with salt water pouring from the ceilings one of these days. The truth will shock you.
I'm fine on that. Thank you.
Maybe when all this is said and done, you can find a private place to pray in hopes that scourge isn't the norm.
I'd rather not open myself to that realm of trouble.
Your friend, he like to pray?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, no.
What? Who's that?
An overambitious cop. His name don't matter.
Hey, is that old Walter Camry from beyond the grave? And is this who dug you up? I feel like I've been left out of the loop. What's been going on here besides, this mess?
Evening, Officer Humphreys. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. How's the wife?
That's Lieutenant now, Camry. Old girl's just the same as she was last time, making an endless dinner. You still, working?
Yes, I am. I'm here with a client right now, actually.
Oh, where are me manners? A pleasure, ma'am. Lieutenant Humphreys, Rapture Police, at your service.
Bunny. Very nice to meet you.
I hope he isn't overcharging you, miss. As you can see, times are quite trying.
I've done my research. Thank you.
All right. Let's not forget we have a downed train and a few stiffs on board.
Yeah. Cases like these are a dime a dozen nowadays. Just looks like the splicers got the upper hand this time. All right, so, what was the deal here?
Wasn't but 20 minutes into the ride when we heard the hooks of those spider monkey bastards climbing up and down the car. They break in Bugsy as ever, and I'm forced to use my weapon. Me and a few more community pillars held them back long enough to make it to Dionysus Park.
Ah, Dionysus Park. Fun little refuge. That is, if you're into flashing lights and debauchery. What's your business here? This ain't exactly Sophia Lamb's old togetherness commune anymore.
Sorry, Humphreys. That's between me and the client. You finished? I already did half of your job for you here.
Yeah, sure. Your client. Alrighty then. I'm off to do work that makes a difference. You let me know if this Seamus gives you any trouble, eh, Bunny?
You'll be the first to know. Scout's honor. I'm sorry, but who the hell was that?
Just that. A match made in hell. Let's just say he and I used to be friends at some point. But sometimes when a cop outperforms another cop one too many times, it brings out the Judas in some folk.
Makes enough sense to me. Just keep him away from us if you can. He doesn't strike me as a trustworthy type.
He's not. But if you don't want Rapture officials involved, you can understand why the hairs on my neck would be standing up.
Come now, you and I are both wise on how the city works.
All the same to remind yourself of the potential consequences. Shall I do the honors?
Ladies first, right?
Say hello to what used to be Sophia Lamb's personal world within Andrew Ryan's personal world. I knew it would only be a matter of time before the egghead woman got herself dragged to a cozy little cell. Stanley Poole played the rat for Ryan, took over the place and turned it into a modern Gomorrah for himself. Dirty move. Yes. Do I prefer it now? Yes. After me and the girl waded through a sea of people, we made our way upstairs where we found the supposed HQ of this guy.
The man's clearly boastful about his accolades. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just comes right out with it.
Yeah? And what if he doesn't?
If he doesn't offer drinks, ask him yourself.
What? I don't follow.
Just ask him if he doesn't play the good host. I've got it. Just keep him talking.
All right, Miss Holmes. I'll follow your lead.
Good. It should go quicker this way.
Yes?
Yes, we're here for Mr. Poole. I'm Bunny from Fort Frolic. I have an appointment.
1 second. Stanny, you got a girl here.
Send her in. Hey there, Blondie. I don't remember ordering you. Hey, who
Who the hell are you?
Hey, Stanley. I've heard about you. Nice digs. I couldn't have done better myself.
You work for the blonde. You can leave her here and buzz off, Mac. You'll get your pay when I'm finished, alright?
Excuse me?
Actually, before we let that happen, the girl would like to interview you. She's starting out in the Tribune, and I'm, shadowing her.
Oh, yeah?
That's right. Mr. Camry's my supervisor and says you're the man to get approval of.
Is that right? Girls, scram for a minute. We got business.
Thanks for that. We expected you to get a call, but I guess a gear wasn't working in the machine today.
Oh, that's okay, I guess. What exactly is the procedure here?
Just a few questions. I need to, check out with the newspaper before I can get those checks.
We thought it would be daring to snuff you out, Mr. Poole. The lady's doing her best to impress the higher-ups.
Well, damn, I can handle that. You don't need to be here for that.
It's for the books, Mr. Poole. You can do what you want after.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. Shoot.
What was your biggest story?
That's it. Sure. Well, you're witnessing it right now, sweetie. Like the good citizen and reporter I am, I let Ryan know about the disparity plaguing his city, right here in Dionysus. Now, thanks to me, Lamb's got a comeuppance because she put the whole of Rapture in jeopardy. Now, let me tell you this, lady. If you let that fester for long enough, that's the future of the city. Now, I don't know what the hell she had in store for the rest of us with her philosophy, but it sure wasn't for the greater good. You ask me, psychiatry wasn't really meant for the Rapture book. Folks just fit weak on us.
Good. Very good. I'm sure Persephone is a much better home for a woman like her. Though, tell me this. Phew. I'm sorry. I've got jet lag from that express ride. Do you happen to have Arcadia Merlot?
Of course. I've got better than that, actually, if you'd like.
No, that's perfect. It's my favorite.
Sure thing.
Walter, what's that over there?
Huh?
What? I don't see anything.
Sorry, just a fly, I think. Anyway, Mr. Poole, I think the next question may be a little tough to answer, but cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
I'll be pouring myself a scotch if you don't mind, Stanley.
Yeah, help yourself. Sorry, honey, what's your next question?
Being a member of the press yourself, what are your thoughts on how deep one should dig for a story, even if proverbial lines are crossed?
Hey, you got a pretty decent brain between those ears.
Articulation doesn't equal smarts, Mr. Poole.
Oh, hush your mouth. Anyway, you were saying?
Well, I guess if I heard that correctly, lines don't exist in Rapture anyway, so why should they exist for the press? You don't get setups like this playing softball, cutie. You should remember that.
Noted. Thank you. Next question. I have this article here you wrote earlier this year.
Huh?
It's about Johnny Topside. You remember, don't you?
Yeah, I remember that.
Good. That's my favorite article. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers.
Do you remember him much? He was such an enigma. I mean, what are the odds of some scuba diver finding this little jewel out of all places?
He just sort of came and went. I didn't know how to explain it.
Hard times down here lately. I wouldn't be surprised if he drowned in all the temptation here.
Huh? Nah, that's not what happened.
Really? What happened?
Hey, he took it. He took it to Ryan.
Excuse me?
He took it to Ryan. Thought he might like to see it. He wasn't happy.
You took your article about Johnny to Andrew Ryan? Why? Why wasn't he happy?
Sad. Said he thought there was a mole or something. Told me to tell him where he was, and yeah, I told him.
Uh-huh. And what happened after that?
Dunno, he just told me not to rat and sent me on my way.
Son of a bitch. This can only mean one thing. Come on, Walter. We're leaving.
All right, then. I'm going to take this scotch. You sure, Marlin? This ain't exactly a walk in the park compared to what we usually do. I'll say it now to relieve me of any possible guilt. The dame and I are poking a hornet's nest, and you'll be the third stick. You get me?
Walter, who do you think you're talking to here? I have this whole city on lock. Everyone knows it.
Well, I'm just being cautious.
None for you to worry about. See, what these other cats don't have that I do are friendships. Sure, Presshound knows a guy or two, but who's got actual pals in these categories?
Lots of people. Maybe not the press, but lots of people. The golden question here is if those people ask their friends about things they'd rather not get their throats cut over.
So dramatic, detective. Give me some time. I'll flip through the phone book. I met some plenty disgruntled eggheads over the years under Ryan's thumb. Let me get a rise out of them, and I'll get back to you. Once I serve this spread, all you need to do is dig in like you do. And I'll be sitting prettier than that ugly mug in Dionysus Park.
All right. Just remember, this ain't all about you, buddy. Watch your steps and keep your phone calls at a minimum. We're counting on you.
I assume he's in agreement?
Of course he is. Opportunistic bastard. He's gonna be putting his tentacles out there without skipping a beat, but I let him know to tread lightly.
Good. Here, grab my arm and walk with me. I don't like this stillness.
What did you slip in Stanley's drink back there? Had him singing like a bird.
I told you to ask for the drinks if you didn't bring them up.
I'm sorry. I forgot. But hey, you handled yourself like a regular double agent.
It was scopolamine. Don't ask how I got it.
Don't worry. I won't. So Poole said what he said. Where does that leave us besides Marlin?
Well, it helps us a ton more than I predicted. I only thought Poole was the last man to see him, not the one to actually turn him in.
This doesn't exactly tell us something we don't already know.
No, it doesn't. But it also confirms it. We're not here for stormtroopers and secret police, though. We're here for Johnny. Something sinister is going on here, and I've ignored it long enough.
Sinister ain't new in Rapture, sister. Based on what I've seen in my line of work, the only thing that separates the garbage I see swept under the rug and your buddy Johnny is that this touches the highest level. Usually they're good at keeping their dirty laundry out of the public eye.
Do you not think I hear the drunken ramblings of Rapture's best and brightest after dark? If you bottle up a man's mind, it's bound to pop. With a girl like me, they forget everything.
I thought you said you only did armed service.
I do, but I get them drunk enough to fall asleep before they request any other service.
Smart girl. That's how I'd do it. But what conclusion have you come to?
Well, maybe folks don't just disappear just to disappear here. Maybe Andrew likes to get innovative with his detainees.
Say hello to how the world works, Bunny. Now that you're caught up with the mindset of the working class, what are our next steps?
I want to start dabbling in the combat plasmids. It's not something I want, but I know it's something that has to be done. The sultry blonde strumpet will only get me so far with what we're doing.
Speaking of Rapture's best and brightest.
Miss Bunny! Why, I haven't seen you in the longest. I had thought you'd been extradited to the fluffy heaven you once came from.
Mr. Cohen, it's been far too long. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, just a rather lucky stroll through the lobby, actually. A gentleman caller, I see. I recognize just about most of Bunny's friends, but not you. Who are you?
Oh, he's...
Walter Camry, Mr. Cohen. We were just talking about you, actually. Why even ask? Just so happened to be Bunny and I's favorite album. And next thing you know, I have her by the arm. Funny thing how music brings us together.
Well, I appreciate the much due recognition. You know, I met a man that reminds me much like you, Mr. Camry. Booker DeWitt. Do you know him?
Of DeWitt Investigations? How can I forget?
Me neither. I quite like him, but he had this woman with him seconds ago. Someone worth of a bourgeois disposition. An enigma of sorts.
Oh, yeah? Sounds like a story there. What was her name?
Liza? Eliza? Something in that family, I believe. Bunny, do you mind if I grab you for a bit?
Not at all, Mr. Cohen. Walter?
No, go ahead.
Bunny, what are you doing?
Escorting a client, Mr. Cohen. It's what I do best.
Yes, but you do see that he's of an ulterior motive, yes?
Yes, Mr. Cohen. You tend to forget I worked 42nd Street before you hired me here. He's just some John from the other end of town looking for a good time in a tabloid.
I understand, believe me, little moth. It's just the sudden influx of unsavory characters in my space is becoming uncomfortably queer. Sonny Jacobs do it, and now this Camry character. I'm beginning to question my own surroundings.
Sander, you know me almost as much as you know Ryan.
Yes, but...
And the cut of the cloth people like you and I came from, survived from, is the factor that separates them from everyone else in this sunken fishbowl. Let me ask you, do you have a single trusted soul in Fort Frolic besides your disciples?
Well, I guess not.
Exactly. And that's why I'm here. Maybe Booker and Sonny got to you first, but Camry's mine. Hopefully with a good drink and a good night, I can get to the bottom of our dilemma. Because believe me, I'm feeling the heat from it too. Now will you stop stressing for me and let me get to the bottom of this? Can I trust you with this?
Oh, of course, Miss Bunny. What was I thinking?
Just keep the public glossy-eyed as you usually do, okay? That's all you gotta do.
What was I thinking? Of course, you're right. The thing is, I can't explain the impact of snoops and doubters of my work when they choose to fly in my face so constantly. The city's congested enough, but we certainly have a problem when I begin to feel claustrophobic, even within my own designation. I lose sight of myself. I'm all for artistic challenges, but when the challenge no longer involves art...
Yet another part of the artist's struggle, my dear Cohen. Try to hone your sight more, huh? Lest you lose your vision. Let me walk with Walter more. If he has something more to contribute to this inconvenience, you shall be the first to know, okay?
Yes. I should focus on the usual. Keep me informed, Bunny.
Of course. You're in good hands, Mr. Cohen.
Let's see if those words ring true a year from now.
Please, don't be so cryptic.
What was that?
Someone ridiculously gullible in the best of ways. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah? Yeah, listen to me. I've been drugged. You hear me? Yeah, drugged. Look, something ain't right here. Yeah. I think I said a bad thing. A bad thing. Just hurry here. Now. I don't want to say nothing over the phone. Yeah, you'll get your usual.
So like we should have done from the start, Bunny and I got a room in a little flop merely a building away from Fort Frolic. It was the kind of place folks didn't use their real names at, so no name trail. Great place for folks like me. Signed in my name as Winston Churchill, Bunny as Gene Harlow. This would be our base of operations, so to speak, for the time being. Meetups? Here. Phone calls? Here. For now, the girl sat on the dilapidated bed with both her arms out in preparation for what I was about to give her. Adam virgins are always so dramatic.
Is it painful?
Painful? No. Intense? Yes. This is a pretty common first plasmid for folks. Ain't your usual beauty or health tonic. This is made for the working man, or folk trying to defend themselves. Are you either of those?
The latter, yes.
Are you expecting some hairy business in this little crusade?
You're already privy to this type of situation. You know better than most what we should expect.
Good point. You ready?
Just make it quick, okay?
That's all up to your DNA, Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Almost done. How do you feel?
I bruise so easily. I know I'll be feeling that for the days to come.
Stay still, Bunny. It's okay, Bunny. I've got you. I've got you.
Jonas, how are you?
Bunny? I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to keep my cool because I thought you looked like Ann Culpepper from afar.
With blonde hair? She wishes.
The Jean Harlow look is back in style. What can I say? But hey, you have her beauty.
Jonas, this is Walter Camry. He's a lawman that's actually garnered my respect.
Well, ain't this some breaking news? Nice to meet you, Walter. I'm Jonas.
Likewise, Jonas. Bunny tells me you're a good pal of hers.
Whew. What haven't we gone through together?
Don't tell him too much, or we may both be arrested.
Good point. Well, let's just say this. Bunny was the first to catch wind that Frank Fontaine was about to get the boot, and I didn't believe her until the radio broke the news in this very bar. That just shows you how good she is at her job.
Now, Jonas, there's no need to introduce special clients to the detective here.
Sorry. So, detective, eh? Can I assume you'd like a whiskey or scotch?
You know detectives well, eh? Well, I actually got myself a touch of scotch a second ago. I'll just have a beer if that's okay.
Heck, you've got it.
Thanks.
Wine. I don't care which.
Bunny says this is a safe place.
Well, do you trust Bunny?
How couldn't I?
Then there you go.
A light, will you?
Why, of course, milady.
So why the empty bar?
You seen the time?
You got me there. It just seems like the city's drowning in its sorrows around the clock nowadays.
You're telling me. Just look at the booth cushions over there. Haven't been able to maintain the joint in over a month. Hope the New Year's party will change that. Don't know what I'll be doing afterwards.
You're hosting a party? Why haven't I heard of it? You know I'd allure all the important clients for you.
I thought I spread the word enough. Sorry, Bunny.
Well, if I have time, I'll see if I can come over. Are you doing a masquerade?
It's the in thing for saying hello to 1959.
Well, if you see a bunny mask, you'll know it's me.
Very quiet in here, Jonas. A little too quiet.
Now, Walter.
That plasmid, is it yours?
The telekinesis? Yes.
Mind if I use it?
I mean, it's for the bar.
That's fine. I'll include it in the tip.
Okay then. But I don't.
I don't care if you want to. Do you see this badge? I'm giving you a damned privilege, and you hesitate.
I'm saying I'm not cut for mess like this.
Everyone says that until they realize they are. Just keep 'em busy here and be yourself.
Just what calls for stuff like this?
That's none of your concern, son. But know this. Someone's poking a sleeping bear. and it ain't gonna be pretty if it ever wakes.
That's all I can know?
It's all you need to know. Trust me.
What's wrong, Walter?
Are you okay? Whoa! Hey!
Walter, what are you doing?
I saw him, Bunny. Your old pal was taking orders from the lieutenant. Caught the tail end of their convo in the memory.
What? Are you saying he's a rat?
I had no choice. Don't you see that? How did you...
How did he know he'd find us here?
He pulled out a dragnet or something. I don't know. I just heard him speak on a radio as he left. I'm telling you, pal. I'm just as clueless as you are.
You don't seem the type to pull a fast one. So don't prove me wrong, and you don't get led. Got it?
Yeah, you got it.
This ain't an Olympus Heights bar. I assume you've got a gat under the counter.
Yes, sir.
Toss it over. Now.
Okay. Just don't.
Just pass it already. Sawed off. Nice. See? Now we can turn the volume down a bit. I'm trusting you to answer me without a gun in your face. Got it?
Thanks.
What in the hell is going on, Detective?
Answer your friend here, Jonas. When's that copper expected to be here?
Don't know. He just told me to keep you here if I could. I didn't even get a phone number in case I saw you.
Damn. Behind the bar, Bunny. Go.
It had to be the cameras. They had someone ready to blow the whistle at any time.
Then goodness knows how many places they have a weasel ready and waiting.
Hear me now and hear me well, Detective Camry. From this day forward, you've successfully hammered the last nail in the coffin as a free man here in Rapture. We know what you're trying to do, and you've pushed your luck to the limit. I have these men, and they're ready to fire on you with the slightest notion that you're not willing to comply. Come on out with your hands in the air.
I'm sorry about this, Walter. It was a good run while it lasted, huh?
And who said it had to end this way? I've been through worlds worse, Bunny. Just keep behind the counter. I've got this. Jonas, is there a bathysphere nearby?
See those stairs down there to the left? Follow them and you'll end up in storage. If you head to the far left corner of that room, there's one for you.
Good man. Look, Bunny, I'm gonna slip these coppers a fast one. The moment I pop out, rush to the sphere and wait for me. If I don't show up in 5 minutes, pull the lever and go wherever you need to go. You don't need to die on account of this ugly mug.
Walter!
Do it, Bunny. At least with one of us alive, the case can go on.
All right.
You hear me, Walter? From this day forward, your title as a detective has been officially revoked. The city of Rapture now recognizes you as an outlaw. Come on out and...
Ah, the man of the hour arrives. Why the hesitancy, Walter? Got something to hide?
I don't know, but you boys sure do have a hunch that I do.
Let's not pretend now, Walter. A certain reporter gave me a call an hour ago with scathing allegations about you and a certain blonde.
And? I told you we had business there.
That's not what he says. He has no such memory of a prior appointment. Regardless, I'm told you're now privy to some sensitive information. Is that true?
Listen here. If you think what I was told was sensitive information, you should see the compilation this ugly mug is built up on half the upper crust in this fishbowl, including you, Humphreys. Would you like for me to have your men know about the things that justify you joining me at the firing squad?
Maybe I should pay a visit to your office soon. Desperate gumshoes like you will do anything to make yourselves look decent. See that, boys? You gotta watch out for folks like Walter Camry. See where they work, what kind of clients they take. You slip up, it's your arse. Goodness knows how many forgeries this man has.
So what's the deal, Mac? Are you taking me in, or are you gonna bloody up this poor fella's bar?
Oh, I just love to end it all right here for you, lad. But Rapture's got plenty of back alleys. So why don't you put those hands behind your back and step this way?
Guess you caught me at a disadvantage on one, Lieutenant. I'd pat you on the back for doing good cop work for once, but a knife might slip its way into my hand.
Nice and slow, Walter. Rather go out in stride, eh?
Sure. Bunny, run!
Walter, catch!
After him!
Go on. Hop in before they catch up with us.
Okay.
Hey, stop right there.
Quit your shivering, lad. It's over.
Did you get him?
Unfortunately for you, no. I can place a mighty big bet they won't make it past New Year's, though. Now, they can crawl as many ceilings and bounce as many walls as they want, but eventually they'll get tired. We could be well into the 60s and still be chasing them. But the pattern will be all the same. Push comes to shove, they try and make the big jump to topside, and a torpedo does the work for us. What's the matter, son? You seem more shaken from my presence than those two criminals.
Because you told me what would happen if I couldn't do it.
Great memory. But I never did clarify, did I?
You'll take my bar, you'll put me under, I'll end up another spliced up creep by the end of it. I'm begging you, please.
Now, who said I would do that?
Well, you.
That must have been what it sounded like, huh? Ah, my mistake. No, Mr. Jonas, you see, a bloody black mark like this is so unfortunate when I'm so fresh into this promotion. So how's about this? I say you're another casualty here in this dump, and you don't have to suffer the life of an addict who's gone bust.
Wait, no!
Boys, you heard what happened? Get a coroner over here and figure out wherever that damned bathysphere went. Let every cop in the city know. Let every camera recognize their faces. I want Walter and Bunny wrapped up and at my doorstep in a silk ribbon.
We'll return to our mystery after this.
How does the song Country Roads begin? Almost heaven, West Virginia, right? A lot has changed in Appalachia since the Scorch Plague, and it is far from heaven now. Far from Heaven, a Fallout 76 story, is a rich and immersive audio drama based upon the popular video game. With strong storytelling and fascinating characters from across many familiar factions, Far From Heaven is a podcast fans of the video game will love. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon, and many other great podcasting platforms. Far From Heaven, a Fallout 76 story, available now.
And now, back to our story.
I don't know what to say. Ugh, I didn't mean for this to explode.
Is that why you were silent through the whole trip?
I didn't want to talk because I thought you were just about done with me.
That's very sweet of you. No, Bunny. I've had my run-ins before. I had them since childhood, back in the big city.
Yeah, not like this.
When you come from a place like I have, you feel like the world's trying to step on you right out of the womb. What? You think I was ever moving up from that dump I called an office, knowing what I know?
What, the visions?
That's right. It's underground knowledge I don't exactly privy the public to.
What would happen if everyone knew?
Call me a fortune teller, but I can see a fast rise in fame. A whole slice of a building to myself with a fountain in the lobby and all that. I'll spend a few good months living the life of Riley until Uncle Andrew pays me a visit in the night, either to bump me off or force me to work for him exclusively. Kind of like your friend Johnny. Can't all be safe in the spotlight. With garbage like Humphreys running the show, we'll all find a watery grave. Come on, we don't have much time. Here, grab my hand.
Where do we go from here?
Marlin. He's only about a mile on foot away from here. I don't want to risk taking any more bathyspheres for now. One false move and we'll be in Venus flytrap. We'll hole up with him at his joint until we figure out what to do next.
Lead the way. It doesn't look like the general public's been notified just yet. This is it?
Yes, ma'am.
This really wouldn't be a great time for him to be out of the house.
Knowing him, he's probably passed out on the floor trying a new plasmid cocktail. Come on, Marlin, open up!
Should we break in?
No, can't risk the alarm. However, I noticed the door was already open a crack. Maybe with just one more yank.
Careful, Walter.
Got it. Come on. Need to shut this thing. Head in.
Right.
Marlin, you here? It's Walter. Marlin, you in here, pal? Stay on my 6. I don't like this.
I have a gun too, you know. He's...
Damn it, he's been murdered. Oh, Marlin, no.
But Walter, there's a noose and chair.
Not Marlin, not him. Hungry guys like him stick around like roaches. And in the middle of a story like this, not a chance. Damn. That phone we used in Fort Frolic must have been bugged. I thought we were safe.
Look at this place. It's gone topsy-turvy. I'm not an expert like you, but I know a struggle when I see one. I'm sorry, Detective. This must be hard.
Thanks, Bon. Marlin was an annoying little guy, greedy like the rest of the press, but he was one of the good ones. Either Marlin fought to the very end, or whoever carried this out did a terrible job. I can already tell the rope came after he was strangled in a poor attempt to stage a suicide. Why the guy didn't just pump a hole in the side of his head and place the gat in his hand is beyond me.
Should I be looking for something in particular?
Yes, atom, plasmids, anything that's hopefully been used. Knowing him, I could just slurp his blood and get a memory from that.
Let's not have it come to that. This scene is already gruesome enough. Walter, come see this.
What's this on the wall?
Yeah, some kind of message sprawled on it?
Good catch. Whatever it was smeared out in a hurry. All I can make out in it is a big F. Darn it. He really was onto something. I don't know how they found out, but someone on the dark side of the scene must have come running for him. And fast.
Well, maybe now you can be for sure. Here, I found this syringe in the cupboard. It's definitely been used.
Thanks, Bunny.
You want to sit down?
Nah, I, was never able to keep all that still when I have a vision.
I'll keep looking around then. Take your time.
Let's hope you went out with that famous scrap of yours, old buddy. Either way, this won't be easy to watch.
Come on, where is it? Shit! Hey, stop! You ain't got no right breaking in here. Hey! There it is. You really want to play it like this, you damn bastard? Come up in here and see what happens. Come on, take one step in my home and I'll show you a good time. I'm waiting for you. I warned you. Whoa, whoa, hey, put me down, you damn coward. Ah! Wait, what are you doing? No, get your hand off. What, wait.
Walter, what's wrong? What did you see? Come, Walter, sit down. You're sweating bullets. Come on.
Good idea.
Was it what you thought it was?
Yeah. Marlon was frantic, almost like he knew what was going on.
He put up a good fight?
He managed to get his gun, but whoever this guy was professional. Obviously had more than a few plasmids flowing in his system. It took him no effort to push Marlon back with telekinesis. It was over from there. Wrapped his mitts around his throat and squeezed.
Ugh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, it didn't end there. Poor kid wasn't dead yet. By the time he woke up, he was already dangling from the ceiling. Then his weight snapped the rope, just in time for him to scribble the message.
What did it say?
It said, Walter, they took him to FF.
FF? Fontaine Futuristics?
That's what I thought too, but I don't understand. I thought that place was shut down.
It was, after they popped Frank. I think it stayed open for a little bit under Ryan Industries, but that didn't last long.
And that's where the eggheads flash their doodads before they hit the market, right?
Yeah, you've been?
I've taken a date or two there back in its heyday, I think. Look, unless I can find another FF, which I highly doubt, I need to head over there and see what I can find right away.
Are you sure you're okay to go? And what exactly are we expected to find in an abandoned place like that?
Memories, that's what. My doubts are diminished. Bunny, you're onto something. And if this city wants me dead for knowing too much, I might as well dig up all the skeletons while I can.
But
And you stay here. No need for both of us to get caught at the same place.
But...
Hey, you hired me, and this shark knows when he smells blood in the water. Here, take this two-way and we can keep in contact with each other.
Oh, all right. I get it. But just what am I supposed to do?
I can read almost any man, woman, or animal by the look of its eyes, but I can't solve the equation with you, Bunny. All I know is that you're one savvy dame that don't use her fingers to count. See if I missed anything here and haul it back to the apartment if you can. You'll have to cross through your Fort Frolic stomping grounds, but it'll be worth it if you can get off the grid again.
Of course. I'll keep you updated if I find anything at all. Just stay safe, Walter. You know how I feel about all this now.
Bunny, before this, I was destined for a sad and pathetic death. Now, you've given me a glorious one.
Oh, yes, because that helps me a lot.
See how life works sometimes? A few years ago, business slumped so hard I was afraid business was destined to the boonies of pauper's drop. But that's when I pulled the ghost detective card. It was a closely kept secret, but I dropped a few cards here and there. Let me solve your cold case through the power of genetics. What a selling point. Hey, it didn't move me out where I was, but at least it kept me out of the slums. And now, because of it, I'm going places I'd never ventured before. I can't complain if I meet my end on this little mission. The voice in the back of my head told me I'd die slumped over my desk with a bottle of Scotch whiskey in my hand. Now, though he's saying different things, as I floated along in the bathysphere to a somewhat forgotten part of the city, I gazed to the right side of the window, taking one last look at the main skyline. A beautiful sight. Looks can sure be deceiving, though.
How's the ride, Walter?
Sanguine, my dearest. I can see Fontaine's just a half a mile away, but it's a slow flow. How about you? Did you make it back to the safe house?
I was close to giving up on Marlon's home before it hit me. I noticed a notepad next to his telephone. Goodness knows whomever he called could have led to his mysterious death.
You're telling me you actually found a number?
Precisely. I use an old war trick by lightly rubbing a pencil on the blank pad so I can make out the indentations of whatever the hell it was he wrote last.
You're kidding. Who did you find?
Your friend sure liked to push hard when he wrote, Detective. It was an almost perfect indentation. Does the name D. Simmons mean anything to you?
I don't think I've met a Simmons in my life.
Well, his number is right here. I'm a little afraid to try it.
Well, if you do it on a public line, far away from where you're staying. Let me know if you pick up a lead and all that.
Sure thing, Walter. So, how are you expecting to punch it all the way to Fontaine's? The available routes are bound to be forbidden for bathysphere travel.
Good observation. Lucky for us, I'm a gearhead, and this ain't the first time I've fiddled illegally with bathysphere controls. It doesn't take but a clip and a snip to free yourself from preset routes. It's dangerous coloring outside the lines like this, though. I get picked up by the wrong radar, I might be floating to a window near you.
Well, all I can say is be careful. Get yourself indoors and take in all that you can find. Even if you don't find them there, Johnny was at Fontaine Futuristics, and they don't want us to know why.
I'm already salivating over the press reaction if this gets out. Nothing pleases me more than the thought of a Jack Dempsey uppercut to the bigwigs at the Rapture City Council.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be seeing you.
Likewise. What the?
What can I say, Walter? Out of all the names I'm more than justified in calling you, a damned coward is not one of them. But now, on your way to leaving Rapture altogether, I always pictured you as a man willing to sink with his ship.
Humphreys, how in the world were you ever able to find me?
The eyes of Rapture see all, my boy. Let's just say me and my lads performed a little process of elimination and happened to trace you here. But anyway, you're drifting further away from the city than I'd like. So let's just dock you at this pleasant little skyscraper where it's all nice and empty, so as we can meet face to face, eh?
Humphreys, you don't want to do this. We already left a boy of yours with a hole in his chest earlier. I don't think you want more dead men under your watch, Lieutenant. Damn it. There's gotta be something I can do to get this thing back on course.
Save yourself the electrocution, boy. Just sit back and wait for your captors at the docking station.
It's no good. Better get ready. Looks like I'm in for my last firefight.
Paradise Heights, but it's akin to it. After pinpointing the area code of the phone number, I picked apart just where in Sam Hill a man such as this elusive Mr. Simmons could stay. Let's think. All roads, well, the only road leads to Fontaine's, which means more than likely this guy is in the scientific community down here. Or perhaps medical, who knows. Thing is, in or out of commission, a man with paychecks like that ought to kick his feet up in a place like this. Upon checking the tenants list, wouldn't you know, I found him. Dr. D. Simmons, room 206. Bingo. I think I can see that room from where I'm standing. I just hope I don't find him hanging in there either. Damn! Are those police down there? That's way too many for a routine patrol. Then again, these rich old farts aren't exactly feeling safe these days. Still, I won't chance it. I need to get a hold of this guy. Here we are, 206. I'm not knocking either. That should do it. No sign of him so far, but he's definitely here. I can still smell fresh coffee. Gotta be safe regardless. There's specks of dried blood on the kitchen floor. And they don't particularly look old. Something isn't right here.
Hey! Who are you, huh? Who are you? What do you want with me? I asked you a question, harlot. Who are you working for?
No one, sir. My name is Bunny and I'm not here to harm you.
Oh, yes? And how am I supposed to take your word for it with that heater?
The gun? I'll drop it. See? No gun.
No one breaks into a man's home just to talk. You tell me what you really want, and maybe I won't pop you one.
I know you were contacted by a man named Marlin.
What?
You know what I'm talking about. Red-headed press friend, couldn't slow his speech to save his life. He called you hours ago asking about the whereabouts of Johnny, topside.
You're not helping your case.
And what are you gonna do? Shoot me? Here? You could empty the whole clip and then some. But what comes next, tough guy? I know you're just waiting for the cops to pay you a visit. And then what? You'll end up just like Marlin.
What do you mean?
He's dead, Dr. Simmons. Didn't even have to worry about walking down the wrong alley. They came right into his home and broke his neck.
Shit.
You see? I'm the best you got, Doctor. And we need to get out of here.
But how did you come to find me?
Look, I'm working with a well-trained investigator behind the scenes of all this mess. You need to trust me if you don't want to end up like your friend on the phone.
All right.
Can I pick up my gun now?
Sure. Whatever. What's the plan here? You said you were the cops.
Yes, but I don't know if they're here for us. I don't see any reason to take any chances, do you?
I guess not.
Good. Look, I know you have a lot of questions. We can discuss them when we get back to my safe house. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away, but...
What the hell is that?
Our window's closing. If you plan on using that gun, Simmons, I suggest using it on the party ready to bust your door down.
I still don't trust you.
I'm offended, considering there's men outside ready to put two in your head and call it an accident.
But...
Listen, unless you have a back way out of this suite, I'd suggest you prepare to burn a few badges. Now, are you with me or not?
Dr. Simmons, this is Rapture Police. We request that you answer the door immediately.
You think they're here because you didn't pass along sensitive info over the phone? Get your head on straight, Simmons. You're dead if you don't follow me.
There's an Atlantic Express station. When you go downstairs and take a sharp left down the long hallway. Can we make it there?
The hallway with the windows all around it? Yes. That's only if you can run like you did track in high school. But first, can you help me with these guys?
Yeah. Yes, I can do that.
Good. Then... Oh no. Get ready. When they finish with the door, let them have it. Got it?
All right. Got it.
Now, go!
Is that all of them?
Yes. Now come on, let's head to that train. This way?
Yes. Just keep going left. They're closing the place down.
Then we need to run faster. There's the hallway. Stay with me, Doctor. We're almost there.
Look! The security bots!
I see them. Look out!
There's the train. Get on.
Let's take a seat, preferably towards the back.
Okay.
You okay?
Yes.
I noticed blood on your kitchen floor.
Yes. I was trying to kill myself.
Coming through. Get ready.
All right, Walter. Guess it's time to throw a punch and take 10 in return.
Hey, back away from me. Get into cover.
It looks like someone did my work for me. Hello?
Is it someone new?
Who are you?
The guy that just saved your ass. Be a little more grateful, eh? Those coppers had dozens of rounds with your name on it.
Well, thank you, whoever you are. I was just about ready to get my ticket punched, but who would have known I had a vigilante on my side?
Gene Casket Carmichael. I'm more of a revolutionary, actually. You can call me Casket. I've been stuck in this abandoned old tub for 2 months now with no action. When I saw the law converge on this place, I came straight here.
Walter Camry, you shot them pretty willingly. I suppose this isn't your first time.
Hell no. It's partially why I'm here. If I could smooth talk my way through a police escort back to town, I would. But they know my face as well as their mothers. That was an impressive little getaway I saw through the window before they pulled you in. Come, help me pick up these guns and you can tell me about it.
Sure. Well, what can I say? I'm a dead man walking, trying to do the right thing. Stepped on Andrew Ryan's nice shoes.
Well, here's some breaking news. They're the most scuffed shoes in all of Rapture. I was a wanted man since day one down here. Kept my head low when Fontaine hired me on, then lost my spot in life again when they gunned him down. I was there, you know, at the fisheries packing plant. Took one to the damn neck, I did. Played dead until I could make a break for it.
Is that why you're on the run?
Oh, this place? Nah. I'm actually on the job again.
I hate to break it to you, but this place has been out of commission for about a year now.
Very funny. Now I'm under the command of everyone's favorite Irishman right now. This place has been a comm station I occasionally visit to relay what you call intel to help bridge important codes to one another.
You work for Atlas? That's not exactly something you casually slip in conversation.
Oh, yeah. Well, wake up, wise guy. You, I, and him have a thing in common. We're criminals. Most of which didn't get a fair trial. Heck, many of us not a trial at all. That sound like you?
Guess you got me there, pal. Nice digs. Would have loved this in my office.
Thanks. I've been sending SOSs left and right since I got here, but no luck. The police dispatch pathetic little squads every blue moon or so, but I've bested all of them.
Well, you came here on a bathysphere, right? Why not just leave?
Don't you think I would've? No, they destroyed it in my first run-in with them here. Can't steal the ones they come in on either. They're earmarked. I have enough rations to feed a battalion, so I'm playing the waiting game for now.
What about mine? It ain't stolen.
Trust me, pal. If it were that easy, we would be having this conversation drifting down the ocean blue. But your vehicle was pulled in here by force. Them laws used a tractor signal to yank you down here, which means you're right fucked for now. I don't know what you did to piss those boys off, but you must be more high profile than me to get such special treatment.
Oh, I'm nothing special. Just an ex-suit who did his job a little too well. The special guests, however, are because of a personal vendetta. That damn Humphreys would bomb a nation if it meant my death. Shit.
Well, look, we might have hope here, Camry. Tractor signals are short-range broadcasts, emitted either from buildings with radio towers or by someone with a special radio device. And seeing as every place around here is crawling with cobwebs...
Humphreys is here.
Precisely. Blast it! More are coming. Quickly, grab a better gun than that pea shooter and head downstairs with me. This may be our only shot at getting out of here.
All right. Can I have this Tommy?
Yes, take it. Now come on. We have to get the jump on the bastards and snatch the radio from your friend Humphreys. Follow me now.
Where are we headed?
The only way they get through here. The lobby.
Bunny!
Walter? What's been going on? Can I assume you're safe at the Futuristics building?
Not exactly.
Why? What's wrong?
Shortly after I hung up with you, Humphreys and his boys found me. I'm still not far off from Fontaine, but they forced me into some hollow old warehouse.
Oh no.
Luckily, I met this guy. It goes by the name Casket, and he knows a way to hopefully get me back on track.
Gosh, I'm scared for you, Walter. Please, look over your shoulder in there. If it makes you feel any better, the doctor and I just narrowly escaped Rapture PD ourselves on our way out of the suites.
So you have him?
Yes, he's secured, but he's a little too jumpy. Was already expecting the same company that visited Marlin earlier today and was justified.
Were you identified?
I have no clue. Simmons here definitely has a Texas-sized file, so I pray there's no checkpoint when we get off this thing.
Either way, make sure you squeeze everything out of that egghead before something happens. The dogs are nipping at our heels so close my feet are getting wet.
Oh, believe me, the beans get spilled tonight. Let me know when you get back on course, Detective. Or better yet, when you give that lieutenant a third eye.
With this new Tommy I just got, expect Swiss cheese. Keep me posted, girl.
How long till we get there?
In a moment. Look, I know we can't be sure what to expect when they stop this thing, knowing where it came from. So I'd like to discuss—
I don't trust you.
Then who the hell do you trust, Simmons? Huh? Who can you trust more than a chick who just risked her life to save yours?
I don't know. I don't know who to take seriously anymore. Lost all the trust I had before I even retired. Figured you had folks at your back until it isn't true. Then you think you've met someone genuine. You find they had Ryan's ear the whole time. Damn honeypots! Knowing folks down here is— it's like a hallway. Straight with you, then they cut a corner right quick. Don't even know if I can trust myself anymore.
Is that why you try to hurt yourself back there?
I drew a little blood eons before, what's his name? The press guy reached out to me.
Marlon?
Yes. I thought, maybe this time I could go out with a little bang. Perfect timing, if you ask me. Knew those Gestapo thinks were on their way, so I tried again. Still couldn't, so I tried my gun. That's when you came in.
I see. Well, I hate to rain on your parade even further, but if the consequences are this inevitable to you, why not just free yourself of everything that's bothering you?
Do
you think this has been easy for me either? All I wanted to do was find an old pal, and my neck is on the line just as badly as yours. I'm not in the business of trusting either, too. So can we at least find some common ground in that?
I suppose. Well, fuck it, fine. But I want to be in the walls of the safe house you spoke of.
Yes. You got it.
I was talking with him over the phone about my early days on the Protector program. About the little girls, the sisters and all that at first.
The little atom gatherers? I never wanted to know how that happened.
No, you do not. Fontaine, those orphanages, those poor tots, sometimes ripped away from their families, walking about in their false delusion, never knowing something horrific is happening to them.
Was that your job in Fontaine's?
When it was called for, yes. Wouldn't be long till it became a daily task due to the gene race.
Is that why you stopped? Because it was all too much?
No. I left when someone else saw eye to eye with me and spoke up about it. That Dr. Tenenbaum sure used to creep me out. But you wouldn't know she had a bigger heart than any of us overworked zombies in that lab. We'd become so disgusted by our own deeds over the years that something needed to be done, even on a small scale. I don't think anything can reverse the damage inflicted, though it's better than nothing.
Interesting. Do you still correspond with her?
No, I waited a bit after she left, before I retired in order to throw off any suspicion. I was pretty integral in developing an incredible plasmid with her, though. See that?
Yes.
That's it, right there.
What does it do?
Jargon is what it does. But when you break that jargon down, it reverses what we've done. What we've done to those little girls.
That's amazing.
Haven't had the chance to use mine yet, but I've seen Tenenbaum do it. It's amazing.
But the connection with the missing people, adults, what about them? How could Johnny Topside end up in the same place?
Johnny Topside? I'd nearly forgotten that name.
So you know him?
No further than anyone else. If he's who you're looking for, there's a reason that the Tribune didn't report on his vanishing.
Where? Where did they take him?
Persephone, like everyone else.
What? Why there? What do you mean, everyone else?
The train's stopping. Oh God, they're gonna find me. They're going to recognize me, and I'm gonna die on the spot.
What else do you know about Persephone?
I won't let them take me. I won't let them take me.
Doctor?
I won't let them do it to me. It's worse than death.
Doctor!
Huh?
Come on, it's time to leave. There's no checkpoint.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Heck, if it were as bad as we thought, the PA would have kept us all seated until the police got here. In fact, it's probably a safe idea to disembark. Come on, let's scram. You can collect your thoughts on the way.
Okay. Okay.
Two! Right there!
I see them!
Press the lobby button. We may get a nice little surprise party down there. But I have a plan.
Sure, I'll take anything at this point. If it were up to me alone, I'd go out like Clyde Barrow, so throw something smart at me.
Brawn and brains, we're perfect for this. Listen, I've still got some natural camouflage on me. Don't know how much. But look, I know how this is going to be. Humphrey's men will hold a line between us and the other end of the room, ready to shoot us both. If you can hold your own while I slink behind them all, I can get to the bastard himself and get what we need.
Probably a more thought-out plan than I could come up with in under a minute. But are you really expecting me to dodge bullets the whole time while you do that?
No, but it sounds like the two of you have history. Duck behind the first thing you see and start putting that silver tongue of yours to work. When the troops realize what's going on, get ready to go back up the elevator and back to your bathysphere.
You plan on taking him hostage?
Precisely.
Just watch out. Humphreys is a coward, which means self-preservation is a must. You hear me?
I know what I'm doing, Camry. Just keep your focus on getting him talking.
All right. You got it.
Good luck, pal. For both of us.
Amen.
Ah, well, if it isn't the man of the hour. What's the matter, Walter? Still justified a reason to extend that cockroach life of yours yet another inch? What do you expect to happen here now? Blaze of glory like some cowboy at the end of his rope? You know, you could always deliver the finest speech under duress. What'll it be this time, eh?
Well, it won't be no Gettysburg Address, but I'd rather like to make a bargain with you, Humphreys. Well, what do you say? No one's saying I'm not leaving unscathed, but at least let me leave in cuffs.
With all the trouble you've given me, with all the men of mine you've put out of commission, what kind of fool do you take me for? Even if I was gracious enough to allow you to rot away in a cell, it won't be long till you find an ice pick above your ear.
It'll look better for you, Lieutenant. I know this business just as well as you. You still get all the glory and an extra good noodle star from Ryan for bringing me in warm.
It's shoot on sight, Walter. It's tempting. It really is. But you know damn well there's only one way out of a rabbit hole as deep as this.
But...
Listen here. It was a good run, boyo. Now, I can ask my men to simply converge and pop you real quick. Though I'd rather spare them the danger by having you just step out with both hands up.
I can't do that.
I'm sorry to hear that, then. Men, don't move, copper.
Ah! Hey! Unhand me! Hey! Nobody fucking move! You wanna risk it, huh? You wanna shoot your boss? Don't nobody fire a shot, or we all got problems, okay? Hold your fire, boys! Now that's a good group of doggies. Keep it that way. Camry, cover me, will you?
I've got you, Casket.
Good. Now, Humphreys, ain't it? What do you want, How long do you think you can hold this charade out? The beacon. Take it out now and crush it. What are you... I don't know what you're talking about now! Okay. Have it your way. Fuck. Now, stomp it. Make sure it never works again. Fine, damn it.
Come on, Casket. I think it's about time we blew this crab trap.
Exactly what I was thinking. We'll need to drag our friend along with us on the way up. Get the elevator ready, will you? Keep an eye on him, men. Don't shoot unless absolutely necessary. Oh, don't you worry, chap. Long as you do as you're told, they won't have an excuse to.
Come on, Casket. There's nothing more dangerous than a jittery cop, and I don't like the odds when there's 10 in one room.
All right. I hope you're one for tight spaces, Lieutenant. It's gonna be one uncomfortable bathysphere ride with the three of us in there.
Come on, let's get him on this lift.
I ain't going up there with you, you hear? No parasite lays there. Paws on me. Oh, yeah. Then tell me what's happening right now.
Look out, Casket. He's reaching for his holster. Casket!
Open fire, men! Open fire! You damned cowards!
We need to get the hell out of here, Casket. We can't take them all, not here.
I'll take you on myself, bastards! I'll make this whole place our graves!
Damn it, Casket. I'm not dying here. You're either coming with me, or I'm leaving you behind.
Okay. All right. Just give me a hand here.
All right. Keep your head low. You hear me?
Okay.
How is it? How bad are you bleeding?
He got me pretty damn good. How foolish could I be? I was able to get him to drop his beacon with ease, but I forgot to make him drop his gun. I guess I deserve that. A rookie mistake.
Well, hey, the hard part's over, all right? In just a moment, we can hop right away from this dump.
That is if I don't bleed out before then. It's odd. Kind of burns every few seconds, but for the most part, I can't feel it.
Just don't look at it, okay?
All right. I gave you a chance, Detective. It may not have been an easy one, but it's a hell of a lot better than the alternative. If dying at your own will is such a hard concept to swallow, then I'm just gonna have to force you down. What the hell is that? You don't want us coppers to stick around anymore? That's fine. That's just fine. To your delight, I'm happy to report that we vacated the building. To your dismay, we're deploying a little parting gift to you and your buddy there.
They're hitting this place with torpedoes.
And we ain't leaving until every window is shattered, you hear? But not to worry, boys. Rumor has it that drowning is one of the more peaceful ways to go.
don't know what you dug up, but I must admit, I'm kind of jealous.
Oh yeah? How?
'Cause I ain't never had so many people chasing me at one time. A real man would have come up the stairs and chased us to the furthest corner of this building.
Well, Humphreys is far from a real man, I can promise you that. You sure that's all you had to do to make sure we can really leave this place?
Yep, that's it. Now all we gotta do is hope those fascists turn tail by now.
Hey, pal, you're getting a bit heavy for me.
Stop. Stop here. Let me down, please.
Oh, you don't look this bad in the elevator. How does it feel now?
Weak. I feel weak. It don't hurt no more, though.
Well, that's good, but I think you lost a lot more blood than I thought.
Water's pretty red, huh? Great.
Here, let me carry you to the...
Nah, fuck it. Last thing you need is to be in a metal bubble with a rotting corpse in it.
You can't be serious.
Oh yeah, tough guy. Ain't you heard me before? I stared death in the face in the past, and I've been ready for it since day one. Believe me, boy, when your time comes, it ain't as dramatic when it happens.
Oh, come on, revolutionary. No need to get all fuzzy on me.
How's about this? You leave me to my burial at sea in peace, and I give you a tip that just might save your life.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Pull your cash out of the bank. Do that, and stay away from the cashmere. That is, if you ain't busy then.
What? Why? Why? Hello? Casket? Thanks, pal.
So everything's back on track?
Yes, the flickering neon lights are in view from where I'm floating. There doesn't appear to be much of any life down here. They're just animals.
Well, I hope none of them are the human animal.
No, milady, just the kind with fins and gills. What's the deal with Simmons? Is he any more willing than he was before?
It's hard to tell. He's currently paving around the room with a knuckle in his mouth. He's frantic, Walter, and I'm doing my best to keep a close eye on him. Not only for his safety, but mine too.
Well, what all do you know now?
Get this. The doctor alluded to me that there's some sort of system in place down here. Something quite disturbing about those little sisters you see running around with those daddies.
What? That they're usually robbed from the cradle and churned out on the streets like Hershey bars? Tell me something that ain't new.
Sure, but have you ever considered where adults go down here when they... go missing?
I don't know. Word on the science board hard to say. Grown folks aren't compatible with whatever the hell it is they do to those little girls at the orphanages.
Indeed, though Dr. Simmons tells me something worth noting. Do you know about Persephone?
The crazy ward? What about it? I'd assume Andrew Ryan preferred locking them up and forgetting about them.
Maybe for the most part, but not exactly. With a little coaxing, I come to find out that handfuls of prisoners would be transferred to the Fontaine Futuristics building as well. That's where I'm stuck with this man. Maybe once I convince him that we're safe here, he'll continue drawing out the map.
Prisoners? At the Futuristics building? Great Scott.
Yep. And I'm not one for assumptions. But if we can somehow prove Johnny Topside was truly taken to that hellhole prison...
The rest may fall in place. This could be big, Bunny. Bigger than we thought.
Was that your detective friend? What's his name? What are his particulars?
I don't think I owe you that explanation. Not until you open up a bit more.
I'm not going to tell you anything more unless I know everything!
What's the matter with you? I thought we had an agreement.
I don't know.
Yes, we did.
I don't remember, okay? I don't.
Look, I need you to calm down and focus. Whatever you're feeling now, it's justified, all right? Now, I know what you saw in the lab was hard to swallow, but you must understand there might be a way out of this.
How?
Well, like I said, we're cornered. Though if you knew something strong enough to horrify Rapturians, maybe the spotlight can move somewhere else. We'd need to play our cards right, however. Tell the right people, grease the right palms. You need to be a team player, though, Simmons.
Do you have any vodka, by any chance?
Sure.
No glass, please. Just the bottle.
That Chechnya no joke. I'm done after a shot. How long has this weighed on you?
A few years. Can't think straight without it. All these feats and we still can't produce a tonic to squash bad memories.
I'm afraid that's even too advanced for us. Can you tell me about some of them?
All right. You want to know about Persephone, right? Well, listen good, if you really want to know. This stuff can only make me not care for so long.
Please.
Well, what can I say about the old lab? Rapture. A place where the scientist, the man behind the miracle, is the star, not the advertiser. No one said you wouldn't lose great people in the process, but the ratio we did amazing things at was tops. And it was oh so worth it. When Adam was introduced, it was a whole new ballgame. I'll never forget how excited I was. But as you can imagine, utilizing it the way we do today didn't just exist. There were trials. Awful, horrible trials.
What do you mean?
Adam, in its rawest form, is simply a miracle healing salve. It's the stuff dreams are made of. The concoctions, the cocktails, everything plasmid, on the other hand, was a different story. Perfecting gene manipulation was no different than cavemen playing with fire to us, and Fontaine was a ruthless bastard. The things men could morph into, the ways the body can change. It was like mere concept becoming reality within seconds. It was too much to handle. You can imagine. I can't comprehend how Tenenbaum remained so mentally unscathed.
And your test subjects, were they all political prisoners?
Not at first, I believe. I didn't ask questions, no. Despite a smorgasbord of failures, I conclude that they were all willing, to a point. Skipping ahead to the genetic arms race in more recent years, it was then I began to doubt the willingness of my subjects. Then came the rise of splicing. Then, the Protector Program.
The Protector Program? The Big Daddies?
Yep. I've witnessed my share of abominations. But then, when I was transferred to assemble the Alpha series, the first generation, things became clear to me.
Okay. And? Doctor, are you with me? What do you mean it became clear to you? I'm tired of you clamming up, you son of a bitch! What was so important about the protective program, huh? What in the hell is more horrifying than what you people did to those little girls? If you want to talk about setting the bar to the point of no return, well, there you have it.
Because it's reversible!
What do you mean?
I showed you already. The vial. The shit that makes them human again. There's practically a system set up for those little creeps. But not for them. Not for the protectors. Not for the big daddies.
What did they do to those prisoners? Tell me now or I'll call the police.
It's people, okay? The protectors are people.
No.
It's hell in that suit. You hear me? Constant, agonizing pain. When the Alpha series fell down the shitter, we doped those poor saps and grafted their skin inside those fucking suits. Only one purpose in mind. One goal. Guard and kill. Guard and kill.
You're lying.
Can you imagine what it was like witnessing that transition over and over again? Why do you think I'm the way I am now? I can't even leave the house because every day I decide to take a stroll, I can't bear to see one, let alone hear it moan down a hallway.
No, you're wrong. They're robots. Nothing but machines.
You're really that dull, aren't you? But then again, how many others are blind to the blood on Andrew Ryan's great chain?
Get away from me.
But when I end up just like your friend in the press, suddenly I never existed. Suddenly I never went to medical school. Suddenly I never worked in Fontaine's.
Stop.
And if they catch me before I can do that, suddenly I'll be the next Little Sister's reeking metal escort.
You don't believe me? Fine. Take a damn walk and kill one for yourself. Go out and gut it just like a catfish. Then you'll see. Take all the pictures you want, pin them on every wall, and just watch how quickly they come down. Then, watch strange men follow you wherever you go. You'll be confined to this very room, unless you want to risk being cut to ribbons. You're fucked now, girl. You're fucked!
Should have taken that gun away from him. Walter, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
I've caught a show or two here at Fontaine Futuristics. Now, this place was a theme park for research and your new whiz-bang gadgets. After Frank, its proprietor, kicked the bucket, Ryan didn't take much time before slapping his brand on it. Now it's condemned in the name of ego. This place gives me the creeps. It's like walking through a decommissioned warehouse. But thank goodness I knew where I was going. The quicker I see some ghosts, the better. There we are, Gene Bank, right where the map said it would be. All right, here goes nothing.
Where am I now? You're here for another test. We're quite impressed with how you're responding to such strenuous plasmid conditioning.
No more tests. I don't wanna do it anymore.
It's part of your new position, sir.
Damn my position. I want out.
I'm sorry. You're saying you'd rather be locked up dangling over an abyss? This way, you attribute to the betterment of all of Rapture. Does that not reinvigorate you?
But it hurts. It's too much.
Oh, I know. But sometimes you must understand, discomfort is a necessary wall to break in the pursuit of scientific breakthroughs.
Hey, I don't want to be here anymore. I did nothing to deserve this.
I'd rather not get into that. It's not much my department. In fact, to your comfort, this should be the last procedure we run for you in a while. Perhaps it would be best to tell you after the procedure is done.
Everything's sterilized and prepared. Take the subject in.
Right away.
I was strapped to a chair, sedated with something. It felt as though I was expecting an atrocity to happen to me. Phew. They pushed me through this door here, and everything went black. No light in here, and I'm no electrician. I guess incinerate will have to do. Clearly a surgical wing of some sort. Then again, I think something a lot worse than cutting was going on here. Got some tables and straps here. Some Eva hypos laying around. I'll take those. Looks like I've hit a wall. Oh my God. Bunny, you there?
Walter, are you still in Fontaine's?
Yes, a little too waist deep as well.
What do you mean?
It looks as though I found myself in an employees-only wing of the building. After following some ghosts, I ended up here. It's some surgical medical facility they use to move unwilling saps to.
Then it looks like your newsman was right. Do you know what for?
I may be looking at it right now, which may bother you, but it appears I'm gazing at rows and rows of the Tin Man's costume.
Oh no.
Granted, they look old, and I don't know what else they use this room for, but it doesn't exactly scream legitimate.
Well, do they look all that familiar?
Actually, no. These must have never made it past the assembly line. A helmet has one single window on the face, while the top has a headlamp. I swear I've seen these on stage before.
We'll take everything you can and scram, before anything happens. I don't even like talking over the radio while you're over there.
Alright. I'm going to see what I can dig up and hurry on back. Keep your nose clean, Bunny. Come on, please be good. Damn, the light's cut on. Scientists, doctors or something. I think one of them may be Gil Alexander. Marlon would have loved this scoop. What are they doing here, though? Question I could ask myself, actually. I best book it before someone discovers my bathysphere.
Okay, Bunny. Tin Daddy rounds the corner, hits the first series of crossbolts, then shoot. Slings the girl on his back, per instinct. Then he charges. As I fire, Daddy finds himself tripping over yet another series of bolts. If that doesn't stick, it's down the hallway and into the apartment room to, well, hope for the best. Okay. Ugh, no one told me shotguns would be so heavy. Electrobolt, just in case he steps in the water. I pray it doesn't hurt the girl, but rumor has it they're quite resilient. Let's just hope the rumors are true. And there she is. Oh no. Here they come. Please just die from the traps. Almost there. Here he comes. Oh no! He's through the traps! I gotta run! Did it stop? Don't come any closer! I warned you! Just die already, you lumbering palooka!
Daddy? What's wrong, Daddy? What's wrong?
Come here, little girl. I think I have something for you.
A stranger! Let go! Let go! Let go!
Please, stand still. I want to see how this works.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Here it is. Big enough hole here in the helmet for me to see for myself. Please, Dr. Simmons. Please tell me you were only pulling my leg. Please tell me you lied to cover for something else. No. 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 No, no! It can't be!
Imagine holding your breath with was the only thing keeping you out of sight from a gang of sharks. They were right there, close enough to touch, but keeping those lungs together kept you safe. That was me, except replace holding your breath for sheer genetic stamina. The peeping Tom plasmid was running low on gas, and the tiny flash of incinerate I had left was being used to light a dark hallway in Point Prometheus. The documents I swiped didn't leave much of a mystery that the base of operations moved here. Could hardly understand that garbled scientist lingo, but boy did this place come up a lot. Something's odd here, though. Unless this place is abandoned too, they have the worst security detail this side of the Atlantic. Not even a warning over the radio that I was entering restricted space. And not even guards waiting for me when I docked. There were cameras and the usual regulation at the ready, sure, but I stopped seeing them the further I walked through the facility.
Walter? Walter? Walter, are you there? Walter, are you there?
Bunny? I can hardly hear you through this thing. What's the word? Have you found anything new?
Walter, the doctor was right. Was Prometheus was the reason. Watching. Experiment. Walter?
Bunny? Your broadcast is breaking up. If you can hear me better, I'm here, on my way to the main lab, I believe. It's dark as pitch in here. Either they're closed for the day or they detected an intruder. I'm usually able to tell the difference between these things. But if it's the latter, I've never seen a tactic like this. Bunny, what's your status?
They can't back. Evaluate. Follow. Daddy, saved.
Damn it. Really sounds like she had something to say. I need to find whatever the hell else I need and back out. It's starting to stink in here. It smells like copper. Darn. There goes my Eve supply. Shit. What the...
And what was that famous proverb about curiosity and the cat? Perhaps you can fill that in for me. Ah, yes. Curiosity killed the cat. But little did that mangy feline know it tread the toes of a lion.
What the hell is this?
Perhaps I should rebuttal that question with the same question. I would prefer to know the motive of most trespassers, but based on the suspicious events I've experienced this New Year's Eve, the voice in the back of my mind encourages me to cease the questions. The independent investigation into Ryan Industries, the Comstock woman aiding Atlas's bandits earlier today, and now you, Walter Camry. I suppose you could say I haven't enjoyed the events of today thus far. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe your intentions here aren't as grievous as I thought they were, so tell me, what business do you have on private property?
This is nuts. How do you know my name?
No, don't play coy. I've had a file on you the moment your old friend hung up the hat and coat and donned the uniform.
Humphreys.
Now, there's no need to feel so isolated. The lieutenant practically had a deck of cards with everyone he brushed past. Even with everything I know about you, I deemed your case non-threatening. But I kept my eyes open. Your abilities seemed quite useful for efficiently sweeping parasites from my city, and you remained this ghost detective. A rare concept. A man with so many choices chose to become a parasite himself.
It's a free city, is it not? Look, pal, I was willing to drop this case as easy as pie up until you gave my friend the bump. I've heard the rumors, most of them firsthand, but I don't butt in unless my job calls for it. And it did. And all roads lead to you, So you tell me, great man, what makes you any more special than any of the other crooked suits I hog-tie on the regular?
Your observation is somewhat on par, but sadly misguided. It is an unfortunate trend these days amongst my people, the lines of duty being blurred. Yours, like so many others, was to protect the Great Chain at all costs. You may have forgotten. The Great Chain of Progress is all we have to fulfill this city and her future. Do you hear me? Everyone shares a firm grasp on its length. Everyone! Can one slip? Can one even question it? Of course they can. It's when one attempts to cut it that all measures of removal must be explored. When the population fully accepts the Great Chain is incapable of failure or inhumanity, perhaps we can thrive without needless opposition.
Is that what your opening lecture was all about when I took my first dive to this place? No offense, but I think I've been naturalized under false pretenses.
A pity. You want to know what happens in Point Prometheus, uninvited? The goings-on of progress? Fine. It's far too late for you anyway. I don't believe in wasting a valuable resource. You may take that as a compliment. So why not have you recycled? Lieutenant, you may take it from here. I have a broadcast to prepare for.
Hello, Walter. Apologies for the delay. I had a decent amount of men to squeeze into this place.
Are you still there, Andrew? You can't win. You'll never get to them the way you want to.
Hands up, Camry. Drop your weapons and empty anything you've got in your pockets. There's no escaping this one.
You hear me, Ryan? It's a useless endeavor. Take it from me, you're trying to mold clay that's been dried for years.
Walter!
I see you, Humphreys. I see all of you boys. I'd prefer you giving me the St. Valentine's Day massacre treatment with all those Tommies, but I suppose you have better plans.
You had that chance, Walter. I'd do you the courtesy if they were my orders still. But that's not the case.
I see. Well, I ain't no coward. I got caught, and I was raised to take my licks.
No funny business. I'm trying to go easy on you here.
No tricks. You have my word. This Seamus sees his crimes through, even if he needs to be a victim himself.
Boys, get the docs in here. Damn it, Walter. Why couldn't you have just stayed in line? I know I gave you a hard time, but you were living just fine.
Don't get all remorseful on me now, old friend. Mortality ain't so popular down here. But if it's hard feelings you're after, just know you're about to cross the point of no return.
Walter never came. I loitered for hours, played some tables, drank a bit. Not a gumshoe in sight. I should have suspected something when his end of the radio went silent. But I just assumed that meant he was too busy for talk. Why didn't I tell him what the doctor told me? Why did I hold back what I saw? Stop lying to yourself, Bunny. You just didn't want to hear it. Our contact may have been brief, but I grew quite fond of the man. Nothing much about him was all that attractive. But what the hell is the outside of a man when the inside is solid gold? Walter's not like me, though. I dig for the general consensus while he digs for the truth. Truth only works when you strike a deal. And I don't strike deals. I know what I need to know. Johnny Topside is a Frankenstein, hand in hand with one of Rapture's many robbed youths. Well, now I have my answers, don't I? What do I do now?
Bonnie, my dearest muse, I was afraid you would be absent from the festivities.
Oh, I would know that voice anywhere. Mr. Cohen, is that you behind that lavish black mask?
The wild rabbit has been exposed! Indeed, my dear. And speaking of a couple of glorified rodents, I've been meaning to give you one of your own. Here.
Aw, a golden one? It's so cute, thank you.
Well, I surely wasn't going to make you a bird or a devil.
Indeed, there's only one animal intended for this bunny.
So I assume you've concluded your business with that, pressman?
Yes, Mr. Cohen. He's moved on.
Ah, good. You didn't hear this from me. But even this artist recognizes the early symptoms of censorship. Never trust a doubter, Bunny, even from the likes of those who shelter you. Before you know it, you have mold.
And you? How was your little legal endeavor?
Ah, DeWitt? Oh, nothing more than pointing he and that client of his the right way.
And that's it?
My thoughts exactly. Must have been important subject matter to reach out to me. How flattering.
He does get around, that one. Well, I should go.
Oh? So soon? You'll be here for my final frolic later, yes?
I'm just gonna take a walk. The night's still young. I'll be back.
I shall be waiting, my muse.
I wouldn't be back. Sander may have personally shared his feelings about Ryan with me, but what he doesn't know is that I'm not much of a fan of his art shows. My walk turned into a full-on stroll by 11 o'clock. Market Street was in a masquerade frenzy by then in my lonely trek. This new mask came in handy, I will admit. I'd love to tell you I was immune to everything I've done under 24 hours, but I can't. Was it really us branded as Rapture heretics? Or just him? I've been spotted, sure, but was I seen? You know what I mean? There's guilt in that. Should I carry it? It wasn't my job. I gave it to him, though. And what about Marlon? Simmons? They would still be here. So what am I? Some blonde-headed angel of death? None of this... I need to stop. Could that be him? I don't know. I'll never know. As you can imagine, I was in no mood to celebrate, so I skipped all my favorite venues and holed up in my apartment, staring out to the lit skyline from my window. It was nice. Maybe not hot tub at the Adenise nice, but nice. Being alone with my thoughts. It was needed. My nerves were a mess and my thoughts were dropped marbles. Nothing a bottle of tequila can't handle. If you ever hear this, Johnny, I may not have been able to save you, but you can never say you were forgotten. Maybe someday they can make a cure for you too. What the hell? Is it some kind of earthquake? Oh God, what's happening?
not, please return to the safety of your homes until further notice. Thank you.
This isn't good.
Nah, just paper, cardboard, plastic. Damn grifters, I say. Can't have nothing with them but the fucking itch for cheeseburgers. All I want. I'm tired of all this fish. No more fish. I came for some damn Adam! And meat. Real meat. Wishes I could go back to the olden days. Back in Dublin. Or something. Where was I from again? Tin Daddy. Is that what approach is? You want this, eh? Oh, yeah? Well, too bad. This here's my can. I found it first. You understand? I found it first. Oh, you have something to say. Walter Camry. No. No way! It can't be, can it? I never meant nothing to happen to you this way, eh? I was just doing my job. I thought you was dead, okay? I didn't know they cared enough to do all that to you. Please! I didn't mean it, okay? If I didn't do nothing, they would have done worse to me. I swear! Hear me out, will you? I'm not a bad guy. I need help. You hear that? I need help. My mom wasn't all that good to me, you hear? Please forgive me. Please! No! No! No, please, wait!
Walter. It's good to see you again. I'm so sorry, Detective. But it's for the better. You're free now, Walter. You're free.
A Watery Grave Case was written and produced by Preston Hardin. Sound editing by Ethan Walsh. Intro and outro sound design, sound supervision, and post-audio editing by Joseph Kelly. In the production you just heard, Walter Camry was impersonated by Eric Huffman. Bunny by Crystal Romero. Lieutenant Humphreys and Casket by Philip Sacramento. Stanley Poole and Dr. Simmons by Mike Tyson. Jonas by Eric Joswiak. Marlin by Joseph Kelly. Sander Cohen by Roman G. Howell. Andrew Ryan by Jesse Hamill. Johnny Topside by Forrest Lee. Escort by Brandy Grainer. Special guest voice by the Bioshock Hub. Additional voices such as police and doctors by Austin Rogers and Forrest Lee. On behalf of everyone here at True Vault Escapades, we would like to thank everyone over at Robots Radio. We would also like to thank Tari Mark David for creating our wonderful cover artwork. Consider supporting this podcast by leaving a rating, joining our growing Patreon, or contributing to our donor box account. Walter and Bunny also have merchandise. Everything, including our Discord, can be found in the description. You can also follow us on Twitter at ABOMBRadio.
Someone who doesn't have time to explain. Look, if you want to leave this city in one piece, you'd follow me. If not, I leave you to the splicers. Your choice. Either way, you won't be getting another freebie again.
Where are we going?
To meet the rest of the crew. I hope you like to fight. Uncle Andy and Atlas won't let us leave so lightly. Now come on.
Robots Radio. Games, lore, stories, community. Just press play.
My name is Brian Burton. It's been 26 years since the bombs fell. And since I've left the vault, I've been trying to rebuild. This isn't the Appalachia that I remember. There's so much more to everything going on. And I promise to find the answer. So if you're out there, if you're listening, just hone in on these coordinates. Remember, there's a place for you at the end. Omega.
The Omega Broadcast Fallout Story is available on iTunes, Spotify, and many great podcasting sources.
Do you love the Mass Effect series, and are you looking to learn even more about Mass Effect? The things that you didn't even know that you didn't know? Well, this is your host, Tom, or Robots, and me and my co-host N7 Legend do a show called the Mass Effect Lorecast. It is available on whatever podcatcher you're listening to this right now. We also do it live on twitch.tv/robotsradio, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific on Sunday nights. So go look it up right now, the Mass Effect Lorecast. We'd love to have you join us.